G'day guys, welcome to episode 159 of Ask Jack D. Today we take a question from one of our all-time most active social member participants, Mr. Will Visser, who asked, what do you do when you work with people who are not aligned? I outline the fundamental pillars, the very foundations that will lend themselves to incredible teamwork and incredible accomplishments, and end with a warning that if we don't have alignment, someone's got to go.
28 and I'm trying to shape history, pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me, line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man, check my titles mate quickly, came from the sky with the light of day in me and grew my own wings.
Today's question comes from Will Visser. Rosie is all over it. It's a question, Rosie.
Okay, today's question, how do I motivate?
Motivate. How do we motivate? Will's asked, how do we motivate?
Okay.
How do we motivate, Rosie?
I don't know.
Okay. Neither do I.
How do I motivate myself to do great things if I'm held back by people I work with?
Wow. How do I motivate myself to do great things if I'm held back by the people I work with? Will, I'm going to assume this question is about colleagues as you're working in a business, discussing colleagues and perhaps even your managers, direct sort of leaders, as opposed to your staff, right? Because I think we all know my view: if people aren't aligned and they're employees of an organisation, they either get aligned or they don't, in which case they'll probably need to transition out. So I'm assuming this question is around the people that, did that sound really harsh, what I just said?
No.
Okay, good. I'm assuming we're talking about colleagues. Now, what I would say is this: alignment is everything. You and the people that you work with absolutely have to be on the same page. You have to be on the same page from a cultural perspective, from a human DNA, spirit and soul perspective. You have to be on the same page in terms of we've all agreed on the strategy. You have to be on the same page in terms of we've all agreed on the behaviors that are going to get us to the strategy. We all understand one another's strengths and weaknesses so that we can amplify and build each other's strengths and cover each other's weaknesses. Teamwork and alignment is absolutely paramount for any business that is going to do great things. We do not have room for I players, people who come to work for I. Everybody has to be a team player, and everybody needs to recognize it is all a function of what we can accomplish together, right? So, well, what I would do is I would get everybody together, including your managers or leaders or whoever, get everybody together, and I'd come back to the three fundamental guiding stars that should be inherent in any business, which is our vision, our purpose, why are we doing what we're doing, and are we all in agreement on that? Do we all care about that? Or does somebody have a different view, in which case there's now disalignment that we need to have a discussion around. Mission, where are we going, what do we want to become? And then values, who do we want to be along the way? And then that will, in a more granular sense, in a more detailed sense, that will translate down into strategy. What are we doing for the next 18 months? Behaviors, how do we bring the values to life? And we absolutely need to have agreement in all of those different aspects to have that teamwork. It was Walt Disney who said it takes teamwork to make the dream work, right? And so I'd start by over-communicating that. I view any relationship, be it a professional relationship or a personal relationship, in the same vein, which it always needs to be built on honesty, it always needs to be built on authenticity, and it always needs to be built on us showing up to contribute to one another, not as individuals who are trying to claim any glory or whatever that might be, right? So it's imperative you're in that environment. It's imperative that you initiate that conversation. And the conversation's going to go one of two ways. You're either going to want to, the team is either going to want to have that conversation and go on that ride or not, right? Ultimately, if you cannot find alignment in the people that you work with, and you don't own the business, so you can't fire them, then you need to vote with your feet and you need to find the next opportunity.
So what that means right now is my head's in the cloud with my feet